Hello everyone, welcome to Bahal Recap. Today, we are reviewing 2012 thriller movie named The Lucky One. Please subscribe the channel and like the video. Let's get started. The film starts with a unit of soldiers in Iraq on a mission. They all hail from the US, with Logan among them. During one task, a soldier dies assisting another. Logan witnesses this. The deceased soldier is named Aces. The next day, Logan, accompanied by his fellow troops, returns to the site of the previous night's tragedy where Aces perished. He finds a picture of a girl on the ground. Logan pauses and inspects the photo, questioning his mates about who she is. Suddenly they are ambushed, leading to the deaths of all soldiers with Logan. Miraculously, Logan survives, seemingly thanks to the photograph. A friend tells Logan that the image acted like a guardian angel, sparing his life. Logan tries to learn more about the girl in the picture, but his searches come up empty. Soon, Logan's service in the army ends, and he returns to his sister's home, where he cares for his beloved dog. However, Logan is mentally affected by losing his teammates, leaving him distressed. Memories of the war and the photo haunt him. A tower seen in the girl's picture guides him to the city where it was taken. Logan queries locals about the girl. He's told she's his friend's wife. He heads to her place. Her name is Elizabeth, and she runs a dog shop to make ends meet. Upon seeing Logan with his dog, Elizabeth presumes he's job hunting in relation to canines and asks him to fill out a form. Logan shares that he's come from another city. Although this raises Elizabeth's suspicions, she refrains from offering him the job, assuming no one would travel between cities for such a minor position. But when her grandmother arrives and sees Logan, she chooses to hire him. Logan starts working there. Despite Elizabeth's initial dislike, Logan shows diligence, taking care of the dogs and maintaining cleanliness. Elizabeth's son gradually bonds with Logan, which leads her to accept him more both at work and home due to her love for her son. The next day, as Logan is occupied with his duties, the town's sheriff, also Elizabeth's ex-husband, appears and is surprised to see Logan. Logan queries the reason for the visit, prompting the sheriff to question Logan's identity and request his ID. Upon checking, he learns Logan's a soldier. Keith, the sheriff, then asks Logan to invite Elizabeth and her son to an evening party. Later, Elizabeth and her son are shown attending. Keith's father, whom Keith admires, is a respected city judge. This has led him to repeatedly threaten Elizabeth with the prospect of taking custody of their son. His abrasive nature is one of the reasons why his marriage with Elizabeth fell apart. The next morning, when Elizabeth returns home, she finds Logan having breakfast with her grandmother. Engaged in a pleasant conversation, Elizabeth questions Logan about his life, to which he responds that he didn't pursue college education after finishing school. Elizabeth, assuming him to be less intelligent, attempts to ridicule him. However, Logan, being a composed and kind individual, responds with a well-articulated answer that leaves Elizabeth speechless. Elizabeth's son plays the violin. Despite being talented, he lacks confidence due to schoolmates' ridicule. When Logan hears him play, he praises his talent. A few days on, Logan, at home, plays the piano expertly. Elizabeth's son secretly listens to his captivating piano piece. Later, as Logan heads home, the boy asks him to dinner, which Logan accepts. Over the meal, Logan initiates a chess game with the boy, wagering the loser washes dishes. Logan loses, maybe on purpose, to uplift the boy's confidence. Elizabeth confides to Logan about her son's public performance insecurity with the violin. The next day, Elizabeth and her grandma visit Elizabeth's brother's grave. Her return home is riddled with distress, throwing garden items. Logan, noticing this, approaches and calms her down. They sit on a bench, where Elizabeth shares with Logan about her brother's military service and death, still shrouded in mystery. Logan is speechless. The next day, Keith, her former husband, returns their son from a game. The boy is injured. This makes Elizabeth angry, and in the heat of the moment, Keith grabs her hand. Logan steps in and tells Keith to let go of her hand, and Keith leaves. Elizabeth then tells Logan about their past. She shares that she and Keith were in a relationship during college. She became pregnant, and this led to their marriage. However, Keith's behavior was always bad toward her, leading to their divorce. Logan reassures Elizabeth, telling her she's a wonderful person and a great mother, and these words bring her comfort. As Logan is about to leave, Elizabeth invites him to dinner that evening. That night, they go to a bar where Logan tells Elizabeth about his grandfather and father's military service, which inspired his own. However, his service is now over. Elizabeth shows Logan her late brother's boat, which has been unused for a long time since his passing. As they prepare to head home, they share a close moment and kiss. Who initially disliked Logan, now loves him, and Logan feels the same. Elizabeth is cautious about this new love due to past betrayals. Her son, who enjoys Logan's company, spends lots of time with him in activities, bringing Elizabeth joy. Curious about Logan, she talks to her grandmother, who reassures her about Logan's good nature and integrity. At her son's birthday party, Keith sees Logan and feels rivalry, is overwhelmed by jealousy. He confronts Elizabeth, telling her that if she continues to grow close to Logan or tries to befriend him, he'll take custody of their son. This threat frightens Elizabeth, since she knows Keith has the power to follow through on it, being the sheriff and with his dad as a judge. Because of this, Elizabeth starts keeping her distance from Logan. Elizabeth's grandmother convinces her that Logan is a good man who'd not only be a great partner, but also a fantastic father for her son. This is something Elizabeth secretly wants too. Indeed, Elizabeth shares these desires. At a church event, Logan and Elizabeth's son perform together. Logan plays the piano, while Elizabeth's son, who previously lacked the confidence to play the violin in public, gives a wonderful performance. Seeing this brings Elizabeth to tears with happiness. Keith, Elizabeth's ex, is also there. Seeing the bond between his son and Logan, and knowing Logan has taken the role he should have as a father, Keith is filled with jealousy. Nonetheless, Elizabeth leaves the event holding hands with Logan. Seeing this, Keith is filled with jealousy. He is with a friend who tells him that Logan has been asking about his ex-wife recently using her photo. When Logan gets home, he senses someone has been there and checks his diary where he'd kept Elizabeth's photo. It's gone. Keith had taken it. With the stolen photo, Keith goes to Elizabeth's home, saying Logan was inquiring about her and showing her photo around. He suggests Logan was tracking her down and purposely came to her with intentions to make her part of his life. Upon seeing the photo, Elizabeth remembers it was with her brother, who lost his life in the war, which stirs anger within her. Following this, she approaches Logan and presents him with the photo. Logan admits he wanted to tell her everything but was scared of losing her. He reveals the whole truth about the photo. Yet this revelation makes Elizabeth angry, and she demands that Logan leave. As a result, Logan decides to leave for good. The next morning, as Logan returns from the market with his dog, he encounters a very drunk Keith. Keith pulls a gun on Logan, causing panic among the bystanders. However, Logan, being a former army officer, manages to disarm Keith, and a nearby officer takes him away. Back home, Logan finds a book gifted by Elizabeth's son. Inside, there's a photo of Elizabeth's brother, recognized by Anas's tattoo on his hand. But the raging water proves too strong, and Keith struggles to reach him. Just as it seems all hope is lost, Logan dives in without hesitation, fighting the current with all his might. Despite the treacherous conditions, he manages to grab hold of the boy and pull him to safety. Keith, witnessing Logan's bravery and selflessness, is overcome with emotion. As they all reach solid ground, Elizabeth rushes over, tears of relief streaming down her face. In that moment, the fractured family stands united, if only for an instant, as they realize the bond they share in times of crisis. However, he ends up getting trapped himself. Logan makes it to them, first saving Elizabeth's son, then trying to save Keith. But the treehouse collapses onto Keith, leading to his death. After the accident, an ambulance comes, and Keith's father is there, organizing the emergency responders. Logan has just been patched up by an EMT when he sees Keith's dad. The judge understood what happened, and he didn't blame Logan for his son's death. Instead, he thanked him for saving Ben's life. That's when Logan tells the judge that the real hero here is Keith. The judge couldn't help but cry when he found out his son died a hero. Back at the house, Ben asks his mother and grandmother if they found his dad yet. But they know the truth, that Keith is not coming back. Logan soon arrives at the house and inquires about Ben, learning that they haven't told him about his dad's death yet. Logan sits, leaving the photo on the table, and as he's about to leave, Beth approaches to thank him for saving her son. He then tells her what happened to her brother, Drake. Logan was there when Derek died, and Beth finally learns that her brother also died a hero, saving his fellow soldiers. At dawn, Logan walks off, searching for a new life. When he hears a voice call his name, Beth comes running, stopping him from leaving because she finally realized that the man she always wanted is finally here, and she is not going to let him go. With the story ending, they start their new life with a tender kiss.